Alrighty then, it's time for a very special video today because which one? Both of these games are rather odd. The first one, two, is a Rengar one. The second one is a Rumble one. So stay after the Rengar one finishes to get a whole nother team battle. Now the reason for this is because I suck at Rengar really, really badly. I mean, if you don't want to see a bad Rengar play, then you might have just look away or skip to Rumbles because this is going to be painful for you. I don't play Rengar. He doesn't really fit my style, but it's a normal game and I decided fuck it. I think my last Rengar video was actually in the year 2013, so keep that in fucking mind. Hell, right here, this little scene here will probably give you some hemorrhoids or something. Holy shit! Even when it happened, I'm like, I fucked up my E, I fucked up my auto attack, and I got my me and said killed. So yeah, it's really bad. Either way, I looked up my build on Champion GG, so you might as well copy that exact same build. I got really fucking lazy. It's just 'cause. By the way, there's a good reason why there hasn't been any Rengar games, because I kind of suck at him. But still, the fans on the stream, not my stream, wanted me to play Rengar. They were trying to get me to play Shaco, but you know, just don't give me cancer that quickly. Either way, Rengar, he's a cheesy champion. All right, like some people were upset that I gave him a cheese rank in that video a while back, but they just don't understand what cheese means. Cheese is a type of thing in which a jungler just doesn't exactly work as a jungler, so he sort of cheats the system, right? The way Rengar works is that he just completely negates someone's contribution to the game if played correctly or if you get away with it. So much so that it doesn't matter how, you know, negative you are in everything else. If you accomplish that one thing, you've pretty much won the game right then and there. Rengar's clearing isn't the best in comparison to a lot of other junglers. His early sustain isn't the best either. Unless you want to slow yourself down to a crawl, then your sustain is pretty piss poor. His ganking pre-6 is also pretty shoddy. I mean, yeah, he's got his E, but it's not perfect. Especially if you're like me, who can't fucking aim the thing, apparently. Anyhow, that's what Rengar's strength is. You get some key items, damage items, and whatever. And once you get your ultimate, you can consistently kill somebody. Every time it's up, you go murder them, and all of a sudden, you're getting fed out of your ass, or your teammates are getting fed out of their asses. And either way, you just carry that momentum to victory. That's just kind of the general gist of it. I mean, if I was better, I'd do this a lot easier and a lot cooler, but I'm not. If you want to see some better Rengar play, then go watch Foxdrop. Still, though, it's kind of a useful video to use here because I get to talk about Rengar, and I also get to show you why I don't fucking play Rengar, so you guys can stop requesting it for me. Still, though, I actually would play Rengar if I didn't suck so much. I'm gonna assume it's because I have this weird, like, adamant use of non-smart casting that I kind of just screw up my combos or damage combos or whatever. Either way, also, you guys know I'm generally more of a careful type of player, and Rengar is one of those champions who you kind of have to play recklessly, much like Hecarim. But unlike Hecarim, Rengar's, let's call it, abilities and whatnot are a lot more clunky. I mean, there's a flow to it when you use them all, but they are kind of clunky because his movements are janky as shit, especially if you're in the bushes. I mean, the best of Rengar players can make it work rather well, but for me, it's always thrown me off, so I never quite figured out how to use him. I did use him, though, when Q was a different type of ability a long time ago, where I could basically just rely on Q to burst someone down, and I used him as like a pseudo Lee Sin going in with his Q and kicking and assassinating people. But all those things changed when Riot decided to say, you know, fuck you, Rengar. And yeah, a lot of people also wanted me to put him in the impossible to balance tree because, yeah, he's pretty damn impossible to balance because Riot just is unwilling to compromise on certain things about him. They want to maintain his bone tooth necklace, which kind of encourages snowballing. They want to maintain the stealth on his ultimate. They shouldn't have given mobility on his passive, which you know is stupid as hell. Either way, the enemy team is basically having some DC issues, so you can tell where this is going. They're gonna pretty much lose. I just wanted to use this to talk about Rengar. As far as Rengar goes, it's just using myself as experience, someone who honestly has actually have experience playing other combo champions. He's my foil. For whatever reason, I can't play him, even though I can play other combo types. So that just makes me believe that he's not well. I mean, it makes it very obvious that he's not too easy to play, so I can't really recommend him to new players or to even average players. If you're a person who really doesn't mind getting their asses kicked a while just trying to learn this champion, or really has a handle of someone like him with his janky abilities, then go ahead and pick him. He'll definitely carry you all the way to Masters. That's what I know, at least, because you see a lot of Rengar being spammed in the higher divisions. In competitive, he isn't seen as much, except when he's absolutely broken because of some item or because Ride overbuffed him or something dumb. Because mostly you can predict him, or at least you can control him, so his attempt at leaping to someone to kill them is kind of all he has. So in solo queue, that's pretty much always going to happen, or at least you're not going to take it into account. Like here, even I fuck up a lot here in this attempt at killing Varus, and I still do a shit ton of fucking damage on him, so... Like, if I was better, I would have killed him in almost like an instant. If we were better itemized, he'd pretty much explode into, like, just by me breathing onto him, so. Yeah, he'll carry you in anything. If you master him in, like, silver and gold, you'll fucking destroy people. Like, hell, back in 2013, I would actually play him on my lesser elo accounts just to smash the people in silver and gold, and I suck at Rengar. So if I can win with Rengar, then pretty much you can too. Either way, I hope this didn't give you too much, like ass cancer or something, because this was really painful to watch, and honestly, it was very painful for me to play. So yeah, but now it's time for something actually legitimate. Rumble, Jungle Rumble. Riot a while back removed the damage to minions. I mean, the damage to monsters. It used to do 50% less damage to monsters, but now it does 100%. Except Riot never really told anybody until they added it to a tooltip later. And I'll tell you one thing. It's actually made his jungle clear so much better. It's insane. You can see me cheese the enemy team more like at level 2. Just because his slow is pretty damn strong, or low level, or at least is securing some kills. So I get myself first blood, I'm already ahead of the curve. Jungle Rumble is something I would recommend you experiment on. He's definitely better as a laner because he can bully the shit out of people, and his goal requirement is steep, and only in the lane can you fulfill those desires. So, as a jungler, he's definitely playing from behind from the get-go, but it's just one of those things that he can do it. He can actually farm the jungle, and it's not a detriment. It's like he can clear. He can technically gank. It's just he's not going to be adequately funded towards the game, so you got to keep that in mind. Like I'm saying, as far as that goes, for me, in normal queue, it's definitely something I will be playing. It's definitely funny as shit. Like, it's just so much annoyance. Like, you cannot fight a Rumble, especially when he's got double buffs, no matter how poorly itemized he is in the early game. He does too much goddamn damage, and fighting him back when he's got low cooldowns thanks to blue is really difficult. Anyways, as far as runes and masteries go, they should be very basic. I'm using Magic Pen Red, Armor Yellow, Ability Power Blues, I believe, and Ability Power Quids. I think some cooldown reduction is mixed somewhere in there. And as far as masteries go, it's 21, well, not 21, sorry, 18, 6, and 6. I believe that, yeah, that's correct. Anyhow, I'm having a blast playing him, but the enemy team is not having so much fun. They're raging at each other, they're raging at us, they're telling us we're pieces of shit. We're try-harding this game. They're individually looking us all up and pretty much making fun of us for something like, oh my god, you main Zed. All you play is Zed and normals, try hard. And for Rumble or me, they said, oh my god, you're just a gold piece of shit. It's like, what the fuck? I don't even play this account, but even then, how is that really an insult? Specifically because, especially because you're losing to this quote-unquote gold player. Then they're insulting everybody else, just, again, calling everyone tryhards. And again, what? I mean, I'm playing Jungle Rumble. That's pretty much as least try hard as you can get. I mean, if we're, because I'm experimenting, and their team composition in this meta is kind of saying something else. Of course, I know it's a support mundo, but whatever. So the point still stands. The game is pretty much done because the enemy team bitched out, so I couldn't get to experiment with Rumble too much. However, I was running around with him in the PvE, just experimenting him under a lot of situations, such as having in the PvE having no items, starting off with a hunter's potion, starting off with pretty shitty runes, just to sort of emulate having a bad jungle start, all this other stuff, and it was so good. It was so like proper. Hell, try jungling Rumble in a custom match without any leash. Just do it properly, and you'll see that he has absolutely no problem. In fact, I actually ran into the problem in which Jungle Rumble was too fast to the point where he actually died because of it. Because you don't get your cooldowns fast enough from your smite to be able to take out some of the key camps because you're just going too fast. You outpace your smite cooldown. That's how cool it was. So, again, I don't know if this thing would be viable. It definitely has the issues of being too expensive of a jungle champion, but it's fun as hell, and I definitely recommend it. I mean, I was having a blast playing this one, and I definitely will try it again in the future. And he doesn't seem that difficult to learn beyond his ultimate, or at least managing his passive. So hooray for Rumble, and utter sadness for Rengar. Utter sadness. Yay.